Yo, what is up guys, Sani here, and today in this video I'm going to be telling you guys how you can effectively grow your biceps, what mistakes to avoid, and what exercises worked best for me when I was trying to grow my biceps. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So first things first guys, when you're training your biceps, you guys gotta know how many parts there are in the biceps and which parts to target. So the bicep mainly consists of two parts, the long head and the short head. The long head is basically responsible for the peak of your biceps, and the short head is basically responsible for the overall width of the biceps, and it's important to target both of these heads to maximize bicep growth. So now I'll be showing you guys some exercises that work for me and that you guys could include as well in your arm training program to maximize the growth of your biceps. So first things first guys, I like to start off with a normal curl variation. This could be a dumbbell curl, barbell curl, or a cable curl. I personally prefer the cable because of the constant tension that it keeps in your biceps, and I also feel like it gives me a better pump, but you guys can also choose to do a dumbbell curl or a barbell curl instead, but I prefer the cable curl, and I usually keep it at a moderate weight for 8 to 12 reps. I kind of go for more volume and higher reps so I can get a better pump and feel the contraction in my biceps. So after the cable curl, I move towards the long head. And to target the long head, the peak of your biceps, I choose between these two exercises depending on the day and depending on what I'm feeling. So the first exercise is known as the waiter curl. This really effectively targets the peak of your biceps. You basically hold one dumbbell with both of your arms, you keep your wrist straight to eliminate the forearm from the equation, and you just target the biceps and really squeeze at the top of the movement. You'll really feel the burn in this exercise. Just make sure the dumbbell is heavy enough, but not that heavy that your form is compromised, but just keep it heavy enough for a moderate rep range between 6 to 10 reps, 8 reps, and feel the burn in this exercise. When you come to the top, really squeeze the biceps and you'll really feel the long head of your biceps working. It targets the overall biceps as well. It obviously works the entire biceps, but really targets the long head of the biceps to build that peak in your arm. And the next exercise for the long head that I really like is the incline dumbbell curl. You guys have probably already heard of this exercise. It's a very popular exercise, but sometimes I get bored of it, so I like switching it up to the waiter curl. But the incline dumbbell curl is also another great alternative to this exercise. It also effectively targets the long head of the biceps. The main goal here is to just keep your arms behind your body with the incline of the bench and just normally curl the weight up like you would and just squeeze at the top, and you'll feel the long head working. So after I do an exercise that targets the long head, I move on to an exercise that targets the short head, and this could be anything like a preacher curl or anything that basically involves your elbows in front of your body. I really like doing the spider curl. This is basically kind of like a preacher curl. It's very similar. Your elbows are in front of your body, but instead you use the incline bench. And with the dumbbells, I feel like you have more movement and you can supinate your arms at the end to really contract the biceps. So I really prefer using the dumbbells over the barbell, but you guys could also do the traditional preacher curls instead. So these three exercises are the main exercises that I usually do on my biceps. Now you guys also got to remember that you can't overtrain your biceps because they are a very small muscle group. A lot of mistakes that people make is thinking that, oh, I got to train my biceps more, I got to add more volume if they're not growing. But that's wrong because you're already working your biceps a lot on your back day and your pull days. So when you're doing pull-ups, when you're doing barbell rolls, you're already working your biceps as a secondary muscle. So it's important not to overwork your biceps and give them enough time to recover so they can actually be built and grow. And obviously with this, you gotta ensure that you're eating high protein meals and eating in a slight caloric surplus. If your goal is to grow your biceps and your muscles overall, you gotta be eating in a small caloric surplus. But yeah, that's basically it guys. This is how I structure my bicep training. I first start off with a movement that targets both heads, short head, long head, just a regular curl, dumbbell, barbell, or cable. Then I move on to something that targets the long head a little more, and then I move on to something that targets the short head. So the most important thing is to keep it simple. Just do these three exercises, 3 different variations. Don't do 5-6 exercises because then you're going to be wasting your time, you're going to be overtraining your muscles. Just keep it simple, progressively overload in these 3 exercises, and I can guarantee that you guys will see results. But yeah, that's pretty much it guys. That's how you really grow your biceps. Just remember, there are smaller muscle groups, so they don't need that much volume. You just got to be consistent with your training and you will see growth. Also remember that genetics do also play a role in your biceps, and obviously the shape of your biceps really depend on your genetics. Unfortunately, my biceps aren't that great either because of my genetics, and right now obviously I'm trying to cut down more and tone my muscles a little more just so I can see the definition in my biceps. I do have the size, I just got to cut a little more, and I'm not trying to cut down too fast because then I'm going to lose the muscle. So I'm trying to maintain a bit but cut down slowly as well, and the end of the year is my goal to cut down and get down to a low enough body fat percentage where I have the vascularity and definition. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I've been pretty inactive lately. I've just been really busy with school, exams, midterms, you know, work and everything, but hopefully I'll get back on the grind. I'm trying to upload more and more frequently nowadays, trying to come up with new ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for me, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible and make a video about it. But anyways, thank you all so much for the continued support. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.